Boruto chapter 68 has been released. Yes, it's that time of the month already.
The fuck are you talking about? Yes! 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 Yes!
Multiple questions have been answered regarding the future of the series. For example, our speculation of Amado's interest in Kawaki's karma is pretty much confirmed. He is indeed a sassy baka.
Oh my god!
Delta has returned from shutting down. Shikamaru finally activated his brain cells to track Koda and Eida.
Finally!
And lastly, everyone has found out Boruto is 100% Otsutsuki. I mean, just look at this cover page. It looks like he's gonna drop the most emotional rap album of his life. Looking all dripped out and sexy.
You're gay!
Okay.
Anyway, chapter 68 sets the atmosphere instantly, as the characters are at Amado's hideout discussing Boruto's revival and his current Otsusification. Boruto makes them catch up to the manga, explaining to them how Momoshiki resurrected him and that he's 100% Otsutsuki. Now, if you cannot be bothered to watch the anime, I mean, have you seen what it's doing right now? Let's be real, like, who the hell is watching it? And you can't be bothered to read the manga, watch this video being displayed to you right now. We explained the entire Boruto Otsutsuki story in one summarized 20-minute video. In Boruto chapter 68, everyone gets excited knowing that the threat of Momoshiki completely resurrecting is now gone, and all that is left is for Boruto to continue taking his pills to ensure Momoshiki never takes over his consciousness ever again. But Boruto tells them no.
Oh my god!
Boruto explains that he doesn't know how or why, but he has this feeling that the plot needs him to channel Momoshiki's power better, and so because of this, he doesn't need the pills anymore because he has it all under control.
That's just lazy writing.
I'm kidding, but in all seriousness, it's pretty obvious what Boruto means here. In the fight against Code, he channeled the karma power to a greater extent than before. In chapter 64, he achieved the next stage of the karma seal through determination, unlocking more of Momoshiki's aeons of experience for himself. So since he is 100% Otsutsuki now, it has become a lot easier to do so, and he has to train it. Sasuke as his sensei must help him in this. The chapter then turns its focus towards Kawaki, who is lying unconscious in the hospital after Damien made him tank his own blast in the last chapter. This was an attack with killing intent, and equivalent to a tailed beast bomb. Code was 100% going to die, which pretty much means 99.9% of other people would have. Kawaki surviving such a blast to himself only proves how scary he is. His durability is on its own tier due to the nanomachines and the karma seal combined. The only person that could match his power is Boruto and Code if he unlocked his limiters. The characters can no longer trust Amado, and it's very evident that they are scared of Kawaki's power, as great power requires great responsibility. But Kawaki doesn't exactly agree with this ideology. They have seen how far Kawaki would go to protect Naruto, even killing his own brother and not caring if Shikamaru was used as a pawn or a sacrifice. Kawaki's power level is too immense, so if he were to turn evil, only Boruto would be able to stop him, unless again if Code undid his limiters to face him. But that's just basically picking your poison on how to die. We then move on to Ibiki.
Who?
Yeah, Ibiki.
Who?
You know him, the dude with the scary scars? Yeah, that's the one. He asks if Shikamaru is really planning on leaving Kawaki unbound despite the threatening power he has. But Shikamaru raises a good point. They could try and restrain him, but that would make them lose Kawaki's trust. Plus, nothing would work against him anyway. He has the Ant-Man jutsu to escape physical restraints and the karma to escape jutsu restraints. It's pointless to even try. Naruto agrees and says that this is how Konoha treats its people anyway. He then further states that he wants to use his deadliest attack in his arsenal on Kawaki. You guessed it. Do you know what it is? It's the Talk no Jutsu. Now, Naruto's face looks dreadful right now. He's obviously angry, but he's depressed and conflicted as well. However, he still wants to reach a peaceful resolution. But as we've seen in episode 1 in the future, we know such a thing won't happen. No matter what the outcome is, Kawaki is soon going to spiral out of control. So when Naruto speaks to Kawaki, it will just be a key piece to his character arc. Shikamaru then takes his leave to pay Amado a visit, but he is stopped by, drumroll please, Batman Sensei Sasuke, the GOAT, my favorite character. Oh, my voice changed. I'm so excited just to talk about Sasuke. My guy Sasuke. I know this guy's been gone for like, what, 7 chapters now, but he can't move around as quickly anymore. Come on, guys, cut him some slack. Remember, you know, it's not Renegon, it's Renegon, so cut him some slack. I know Boruto made him an Uber driver for everyone, but my man needs to... What am I even saying? Sasuke has finally returned from his noble quest to find out Code's whereabouts, and he succeeded. He managed to actually locate Boro's secret facility. Shikamaru is a bit surprised as Konoha believed that they had already searched through all of his hidden facilities, but Sasuke, being the GOAT that he is, he was like, nah bitch, yeah, you know who I am. He's Batman Sensei, bro, I'm telling you. So it turns out that Boro had a secret facility on the edge of the land of snow, where entering that part of the land was considered to be a huge taboo. Because it was off limits, the cult would conduct multiple types of research there, including human experimentation and, without Kara's knowledge, scientific ninja tool research and development. Now, we learned in chapter 60 that Damien, and possibly even Eida, they also have other abilities up their sleeves. It's clear that Code was aware of Eida's abilities beforehand, hence why he went to reawaken her. But as we know now, Boro's Otsutsuki cult conducted behind the scenes ninja tech research. Therefore, the two of them have abilities that nobody expected. Damien was even about to tell Code about it until Eida shut him up. Therefore, not even Amado, who programmed them in the first place, would have the knowledge on what they are capable of. Sasuke then asked if what he heard about Kawaki killing Boruto is true, which Shikamaru confirms, and he casually remarks how it all worked out in the end.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
If anyone can tell apart a crazy obsessed teen from the rest, it's Sasuke. And so he visits Boruto, who's currently hanging out with Sarada and Mitsuki. Meanwhile, Eida tells Code that he should be thankful as his 10-tailed sacrifice is alive thanks to Momoshiki. However, Code then gets a telling off. He's been, you know, a naughty, and Eida is quite frankly fed up with his shit. She's angry that he used her little brother without consent, and reminds him that his job is to get Kawaki to be a top tier sub, getting the best subscription to her OnlyFans, fam, because the bitch wanna marry the dude and get his date. So she explains that right now, Code is useless to her, so she will help him remove his limiters. But if at any time after that he is still useless to her, then the siblings will quite easily dispose of Code. Again, foreshadowing the fact that these two have abilities on top of what they originally created for due to the experiments that Sasuke mentioned. Now, those of you that have the notification bell turned on, you will know that we believe Eida plans to double cross Code once she gets what she wants, and that she's actually just using him as a puppet this entire time. Chapter 68 pretty much confirms it. She has literally zero care for his existence and is even confident of defeating him, even without his limiters. This means that Eida and Damien together, by their own admission, are the strongest duo in the entire series. If they can defeat a full strength Code, they can defeat absolutely anyone. Guys, it's your time now to shine. It's that time to post your obligatory Boruto's power scaling is dog shit comment now. Go on, man. Go on, mate. We were all waiting for it. You can do it.
I'm unsubscribing!
The chapter then continues to Shikamaru, who's about to enter Amado's hideout, and we can see something on his neck. No one saw this coming. Let's be real, us and our entire ABD community and fam, we all sharing our chakra out here. We already knew this was going to happen using Balls Deep prediction jutsu.
Because I predict these things.
And if you predicted it right as well, it means you smashed the like button for our videos, and yeah, again, I'm gonna say it, you hit the notification bell. But moving on to the chapter, Amado confirms to Shikamaru that Boruto is 100% Otsutsuki, and his blood analysis reflects that as well, also confirming that there's no way Momoshiki can resurrect anymore, which is music to Shikamaru's ears. And so he grabs Amado by the collar and confronts him about what he did to Kawaki's karma. We then switch over again to Boruto, who has now left the lab and is hanging out with Sarada and Mitsuki. Yes guys, Sarada and Mitsuki. They have finally been released from plot prison to fill their annual appearance in the manga quota. Sarada is checking up on Boruto's mark, trying to analyze it by, touching him up, and we know what you're going, we know what you're trying to do, Ikamoto. You want us to ship two 12-year-olds together, right? Because we will.
Whoa, hey.
Okay, I'm gonna take the video from here, Adil, if that's alright with you. I think just have a little sit down, okay? Thank you. Sorry about him, guys. Moving on, Boruto says that he'll find Code and get rid of him, but Sarada snaps back and asks him to stay safe and focus on protecting himself, as he's now the perfect treat for the 10 Tails. As the conversation continues, Sasuke suddenly appears. He states that to kidnap Boruto, Code will need more strength, and to do that, he needs to get rid of his limiters. Who can get rid of his limiter? Amado. Here we get to know that only a handful of shinobi know the truth, and so Boruto is forced to lie to Sarada and Mitsuki about his death. Boruto plays off saying that he doesn't really know why Code did it and that he's a bit of an idiot anyway, so that's now like 5 characters that have labelled Code as a dumbass. How bad can it get for him? The scene then shifts again, but it's towards Shikamaru and Amado this time. It should be apparent that Shikamaru is losing his mind out of anger. He questions Amado as to why he reconfigured Kawaki's karma without the consent of Naruto and the others. Amado shrugs it off by saying that Kawaki can at least protect Naruto and the others now. This is why Amado is the perfect antagonist for the Boruto storyline. One of Boruto's core themes as a story is the use of technology for the good and the bad, as well as the ethics around using it. This is why Kashinkoji was and still is such an interesting character. Without consent, Amado took the DNA from the deceased body of a beloved character and combined it with science to create a clone, without taking into consideration the feelings of those that would be affected by such emotional trauma of one day encountering the clone of such a well-known person like Naruto and Jiraiya, for example, especially as he was built as nothing but a tool to be sent into battle and never return. The same with Kawaki's new karma. He took the DNA of Ishiki inside Kawaki and without consent used science to reconstruct the karma seal. Both scenarios are, of course, ethically questionable, but Amado will always be able to say that without it, they likely wouldn't be alive, as it was Kashinkoji that helped begin the downfall of Ishiki and Kawaki's new karma, which saved them all from Momoshiki and Code. And that is what I like, a villain that we can somewhat side with, as don't get me wrong, we all want our heroes to win, but he is also kind of the reason we can still root for them in the first place. If Kishimoto can continue down this promising trajectory, I really believe that Amado can become an S-tier antagonist for the Boruto story. Anyway, back to the actual chapter. Amado backfires Shikamaru's moral high ground, stating that the new karma could only specifically reactivate in a certain scenario if Kawaki wished for it back again. Kawaki's own emotions, thoughts, and intentions would have to combine together for it to return. As he knew he seeked power, Kawaki believes power is absolute due to his upbringing. If Kawaki did not have the intent to want to bring it back, it would have never returned and no one would have been any the wiser that he implanted it in the first place. So this proves Amado's point that Kawaki, in one way or another, did actually want the karma seal back. he just planted it in advance. And so, what can Shikamaru really do right now? Put tighter security on Amado? He's already provided Kawaki with the new karma. That's arguably the worst thing he could have done from Konoha's perspective. They can't get rid of him either because he's still a valuable asset. On top of that, Naruto would never allow such a thing to happen anyway. Furthermore, the moral advantage still remains with Amado as he did the right thing for Konoha, even if his way of doing it was wrong. Amado emphasizes on the results, trying to steer the victory towards his side. Shikamaru knows that he's at a disadvantage as well, and that's why this turns into a heated stare down. He then directly confronts Amado, saying that he doesn't believe that his decisions are influenced by what's good for Kawaki or Konoha, and that it's simply because he's obsessed with Kawaki's karma. But why? Why has Amado reached the point of obsession regarding Kawaki's karma specifically? Well, let's try and piece together the puzzle. Back in chapter 39, Jigen/Ishiki reassured Amado that everyone in Kara would be granted their wish. At face value, this throwaway line could mean anything: fame, fortune, power, whatever. But then we learned about Amado and his dead daughter. So now we can begin to join together some dots. We also know that in the tale of Isunboshi, which is the source of inspiration regarding Ishiki Otsutsuki and his jutsu, which is about a 1-inch tall man for those that didn't know, which of course relates to the Sukuna Hikona technique. But in this story, there's also a thing known as Uchide no Kozuchi, a magic hammer that can tap out any wish. This hammer is also wielded by the famous Japanese deity Daikoku-ten. See where I'm going with this? If the Daikoku-ten has another ability that for whatever reason we haven't seen yet grants wishes, Amado may be trying to turn Kawaki into a new Ishiki, like Code mentioned, so that he can get his hands on it for himself to bring his dead daughter back to life. Once Kawaki reaches 100%, he will probably be able to use this power. The reason Ishiki couldn't before was because he was in a weakened form as he resurrected into his Jigen vessel. That's why he told Amado that their wishes would come in time, as he needed time to fully resurrect into Kawaki to be able to use it, as he was the perfect vessel. And so Shikamaru has hit the bullseye, and Amado's face says it all. It is almost impossible to drive Amado into a corner, but it seems like today he is out of luck.
You done fucked up now!
As the conversation between the two of them continues, Code suddenly emerges from Shikamaru's claw mark. It is as if Amado has seen a ghost as he trembles and utters the words Code. He then proceeds to make his demand to get his limiters removed. Firstly, I just gotta say this now, I hate Code for ruining this conversation. Talk about blue balling an entire community from a huge reveal. Like, even Eida's mad at him. This guy, Amado, was really about to give up some extremely important information to us all, and now we're probably gonna have to wait years to learn what he was actually about to say. Anyway, Amado, still in fear and held by Code, says that Konoha ninjas will surround him in just a few seconds, as they should have sensed his presence by now, and they do, as Ino informs all of the higher-ups. But Code doesn't care because removing his limiters won't take more than just a few seconds. Whilst this is happening, Shikamaru isn't simply standing still. He's already cast his shadow possession jutsu on Code, trying to immobilize him. However, it's almost useless since Code can still kill Amado with just his fingertips. Shikamaru then mocks Code, stating that he's an idiot for believing that he wouldn't notice such a big claw mark on his own neck. You see, Shikamaru entered Amado's hideout without security on purpose. All of it was bait. Shikamaru knew that Code's dumbass would fall for such an elaborate trap, which is when the container holding Amado's new clone is finally opened. Shikamaru yells, "Wake up!" and from the coffin a female arises, and it's Delta. Shikamaru explains that Amado created this Delta to protect Konoha, and so she begins to attack. It seems like Amado told Konoha about what he's doing for once in his life, and it seems to be a good thing. However, I've still got a few questions. Firstly, Amado bringing Delta back is very sus, especially due to the faint hints of his connection with Delta sprinkled into the manga. Secondly, trusting Amado is already difficult after everything he's done, and him possibly having secret control over Delta is just adding fuel to the fire. He could use her to gather extra intel using scientific ninja tools in the name of surveillance too. It also makes me wonder why Amado asked for Konoha data if he was just going to make a Delta clone anyways. Is he perhaps trying to incorporate multiple abilities of top tier Konoha shinobis into one? Furthermore, we also know that Amado can make cyborgs or even robots stronger than Jigen like Code. Whilst Code has his limiters on right now, Amado can easily make someone stronger than him. This will only go against Konoha as they will continue to lose their footing against Amado, who makes it seem like almost everything is going exactly according to a script that he wrote. Still, we'll have to give Amado the benefit of the doubt for now, as usual. Coming back to the action, Code has been restrained by Delta, but he managed to make a proper claw mark as Shikamaru failed to stop him. From this claw mark comes Eida, face to face for the very first time. At this point, Amado has absolutely lost his marbles. He can't believe his eyes. I mean, look at his face. My guy is absolutely shitting it right now. We don't know the true connection between Eida and Amado right now, which is a major obstacle in deciphering whether Code's limiters will be lifted or not. With the new Delta entering the picture, fending off Code wouldn't be as big of an issue, but Eida's powers are terrifying. However, there's a chance that Code's limiters won't be lifted instantly, and that is only possible if Amado is one of the two exceptions to Eida's power. Eida stated that her powers don't work on direct family members and Otsutskis, and this is what made Kawaki her prime target. If Amado is either a direct family member or an Otsutsuki, then he won't be forced to follow Eida's orders. However, despite many members of the community thinking that Eida is his dead daughter, there are a few reasons why I believe this can't be the case. One, he never mentioned anything about a dead son, but Eida has a little brother, so that doesn't make any sense. Two, here Eida referred to Amado as a dreamy dandy, basically calling him a hot guy. Now, ain't no daughter calling their own dad a hot guy. That's just weird. Thirdly, if he did make his dead daughter into a cyborg, why would he decide to make her a cyborg stronger than Jigen, knowing that he'd just want her destroyed anyway? And then finally, Eida herself said that she wants Amado dead. Why would Amado be going so far for a daughter that wants him dead? And so, if Amado isn't a direct family member, then Eida and Code don't even need to fight. All Eida needs to do is simply say, take off Code's limiters, and Amado will, simp for her and simply do it. That is, of course, if he's not an Otsutsuki, which, if you check out the video on your screen right now, we believe to be the true identity of Amado. And so there is a possibility that in the next chapter, Eida may finally expose Amado's secret as an Otsutsuki. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.